Wow, Prime Minister Mark Carney of Canada brought the House down at the Liberal Party convention in Montreal. He was not holding back in his scathing condemnation of Donald Trump, but most importantly, his apotheosis to Canada. Canada strong, Canada unites, Canada the leader of the free world. As Donald Trump has tanked the United States, Canada soars, and Prime Minister Carney used this incredible speech to convey the accomplishments, not just of his tenure as the Prime Minister of Canada, but of the people of Canada, of the Midas Maple. Shout out to you all standing up right now for human rights, for dignity, for Canada, for the free world. Watch as Prime Minister Carney just laid it all out to a standing ovation. Play this clip.
The days of our military sending 70 cents of every dollars to the United States are over. We are going to build Canada strong with Canada Steel, Canadian aluminum, Canadian lumber, Canadian workers.
And then Prime Minister Carney said that Canada, we are the masters of our own destiny. Play this clip.
No, this is not the time for politics as usual, for petty differences, for political point scoring. United, we will build Canada strong. A Canada for all, a Canada strong that no one can ever take away. I feel that strength. I feel that strength in this room. I feel that strength. I feel that strength. As Diana mentioned, we feel that strength across this great country. At this decisive moment, Canadians are demonstrating just how strong we are. You know, it started quietly. People choosing a wine from the Okanagan over one from California. Anyone had any bourbon recently? No, I think so. No. Sorry. A family planning a vacation to Prince Edward Island instead of booking flights to Florida. Canadians are rediscovering our country. The Cabot Trail in October. The Columbia Icefield in June. Le Festival International de Jazz à Montréal en juillet. The prairies at harvest where the sky goes on forever. You know, Canada's tourism sector had a record-breaking summer, 50,000 more train rides, 13% more visits to our national parks, 15% more visits to our national museums. Small individual acts of solidarity, but repeated millions of times. And together, they make a statement. We are the masters of our destiny. Absolument. Nous sommes maîtres chez nous, sans doute, sans exception.
Prime Minister Carney then said, now is not the time for nostalgia. We can't look back at the way it was. We must look forward. This has been more than even just a rupture on the relationship between Canada and the United States. This, of course, is a massive betrayal, and we've seen with the Trump regime. But now Canada rises, Canada strong, elbows up. Watch Prime Minister Carney deliver what may be the best speech I've seen yet all year. Play this clip.
Some are still in denial. Rather than starting on this journey, they're waiting for the past to return. No. But hope is not a plan, and nostalgia is not a strategy. And if we stand still during this rupture, we will surrender our future to others. My friends, technological change is accelerating. We can either shape our future with AI or let it control our destiny. The foundations of the international order, the order which Canada helped build and from which we have benefited for so long, that order is crumbling.
And then more from Prime Minister Carney here, talking about how Canada pulled together through tragedies, through crisis, and how Canada has made it out stronger because Canadians look out for each other with basic values, principles, love, compassion, empathy. Play this clip.
Of everything Canadians have done this past year, the most moving has been how we've looked out for each other, including amidst the worst tragedies. Think of the good people of Tumbler Ridge. When the unimaginable happened, first responders were at the school within 2 minutes. Teachers shielded their children. Neighbors held each other for comfort. Right after the shooting, Jim Caruso packed his bags, traveled over 1,000 kilometers to support families. Jim said, I want to hug people, pray for them, and most importantly, cry with them. That's Canada. Looking out for each other, standing together when things get tough so that they can get better. I'm right there with you. Canada's new government is right there with you, inspired by hardworking, always caring Canadians. From now on, for example, with our new Buy Canadian policy, when the federal government spends, we will select Canadian suppliers by default. The days of our military sending 70 cents of every dollar to the United States are over. We are going to build Canada strong with Canada Steel, Canadian aluminum, Canadian lumber, Canadian workers. Hey.
Prime Minister Carney then also talks about how it seemed like for a while we were driving over or traveling over black ice with all these headwinds as well with what was going on with the Trump regime and how the United States was treating us. But Canada stood strong. Play this clip.
A year ago, just over a year ago, in the midst of a blizzard, we started down the road to make the best country in the world even better. We should be under no illusions. The path we've chosen is hard. There will be headwinds, black ice, steep climbs along the way. We'll have to be pragmatic and determined to keep moving forward. But this is the journey that we must make, because we are meeting in the middle of a transformation that will define our country for generations. And Canadians sense it.
Then Prime Minister Carney talks about reliable alliances. Let's play it.
From the coalition of the willing to defend Ukraine, to work, we will not rest. To working with Nordic countries in the UK to protect our Arctic, we are defending Canada and Canadian values with reliable partners. It's a more dangerous and divided world. That's the reality. So we are no longer relying just on the strength of our values. We are also building the value of our strength. And as we do, we're reviving the ambitious spirit that built Canada. Our country was forged by Indigenous peoples and voyageurs who mapped this continent. Think about it. They mapped this continent and they built vast trading networks from coast to coast to coast before the Americans had even left St. Louis.
More from Prime Minister Carney right here. Let's play this clip.
Right now, everyone sees the main threat as the Trump tariffs. But the challenge is greater. The challenge will be, as it's always been, to foster unity and the common good. End quote. Bob's right. Canadians are being called to serve, but not against something, for each other. And that is why you're here. Because you believe, like I believe, that Canada is only strong when it works for everyone. That's our objective. And that's our heritage. After all, Canada is a nation forged through accommodation, not assimilation, through partnership, not domination. The founding insight of our country is that unity does not require uniformity. This is neither a myth nor a miracle, but a series of choices made imperfectly across generations. Pragmatic decisions that have become a moral conviction. That our differences are a strength to be nurtured, not a risk to be managed.
And then Prime Minister Carney leaves this speech by talking about virtue, by talking about Canadians being a virtuous people, and how when Canadians stand for values, principles, unity, love, when they stand with marginalized communities and not bully, when they stand with their Indigenous communities, when they stand with freedom, that's what makes Canada the leader of the free world right now, and Prime Minister Carney, the leader of the free world. And just think about where things were over a year ago, 12, 16 months ago or so, when Donald Trump started doing the 51st state and the bullying, and wow, have the tables have turned. Prime Minister Carney ends his speech with a standing ovation. Watch what took place, everybody. Play this clip.
That virtue is like a muscle. It grows with exercise. When we are kind, kindness grows. When we seek unity, unity grows. When we are Canadian, Canada grows. And when we are all in for Canada, we will build Canada strong for all. Merci beaucoup et vive le Canada!
Now, it's such an honor here at the MeidasTouch Network to have launched Meidas Canada, to have the support of all of the Meidas Maple out there, the Maple Meidas. Shout out to you all, and MeidasTouch as we continue to expand, whether it's in Canada, Australia, throughout Europe, South America, Central America, Mexico, Asia, Africa, all throughout Europe. We will stand for the values, the principles that you heard in that speech right there. That's what it's all about, folks. That's what it's all about. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 7 million subscribers. And thank you all so much for watching.
Want to stay plugged in? Become a subscriber to our Substack at MeidasPlus.com. You'll get daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, ad-free episodes of our podcast, and more exclusive content only available at MeidasPlus.com.